So, do you prefer BinRoot or something else?
Nishant. Um,
Nishant?
and it's Nishant. Nishant.
Okay, Nishant. Got it. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this interview, and I'll get the game started. Is there anything that I should know about it before? All right, let's see. I should just read the controls here. So, up to shift a gear, down to shift a gear, and then left and right is turn. Okay. So we're actually, I see. You're shifting between walk, trot, uh, canter, and gallop. But you also end up crashing into the walls and you're trying not to get lassoed. Got it. All right. So do you want to introduce? Well, you already did introduce yourself, but what was your role on this project?
Sure, this was a compo, so it was all by myself. And I am not a professional game developer. I'm a programmer. I do this as a hobby. And yeah, I didn't spend all 48 hours. I think I spent maybe 10 to 15 hours
Mhm.
at a busy weekend, but this is what I whipped together.
Okay, nice. Oh, I see. Other fellow horses are not necessarily our friends. We're trying to avoid everything we can. Uh,
It's a complex relationship with the other horses because you can use them to your advantage as a distraction, but they're
mhm.
also annoying because they wake up the cowboys if
I see.
they detect their own horses are moving.
Oh no. Well, this is really challenging. But congratulations on actually participating in the competition. That is serious business. Is there a reason that you go for that instead of the jam?
Um, it limits me to just 2 days, and Mondays are usually pretty busy. So at least I can get away with finishing some things in a shorter amount of time. And then I can get back to work on Monday and not uh, and not just stress my body out too long.
No, that's very fair. I know a lot of people have don't have the capacity to work nonstop on the jam project. I still have to tally exactly how much time I spent on this particular project, but I was also splitting the responsibility with two other developers, so it was a little easier going this time than. Well, I wouldn't say easier going. It was just the allocation of hours. Um, just to quickly address some of the comments in chat, yes, I am doing developer interviews with others. If you don't have a microphone, then don't worry about it. I can send you the questions that I usually ask. It's nice when people are live in chat because then if some other questions come up, both from myself and others, then we can have the opportunity to like live chat about things. That is usually my only requirement is that either it's definitely preferable if I'm able to actually like talk to you over Discord, but if you're just able to participate via text, that's also fine by me. So, um, getting back to the game here, what was your inspiration behind this project?
Um, there's actually a event called Cowboy Days. It's a horse event that happened this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and also it interfered with the Ludum Dare that happened this weekend. So I figured I would combine the two things and make a game about horses. And also, I got lucky with the theme when I looked at Unstable in the final round of voting for the theme.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that came to mind was, wouldn't it be funny if it was, unstable? Um,
I just
and
got the
when I
pun.
found out that was the theme, I was like, that's perfect because this weekend is this cowboy event in Torrance, California, and yeah, it just felt like the right thing to do.
Nice. Have you worked together with other developers in the past, or you usually go it solo?
For game dev, usually solo. At work, I lead an engineering team.
Okay, nice. Um, and have you ever like thought about working together with a team with others?
Yeah, especially for art and music. Those are I'm more on the programming side.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I would like to code, but I need a lot of help with art, music, level design, and other parts. You can see I put this art together and this music together, and they don't really go together with the game as I intended, but it just felt good making something of my own and and just not caring about it being perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as I said, I think it's still incredibly admirable that you were able to put all this together yourself for the limited time that is available for the competition. And I'm my gosh, this is really difficult at the very end. I think I'm getting close to the end at least. Oh no, no, no! Come on, keep going. Yes, sweet victory! I did indeed make it to the end. All right. Um. So this is made in Godot, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Can you recommend a useful shortcut or a clever hack in this engine that you think would be useful to others?
Um, in Godot, you can use C sharp instead of the GD scripting programming language that's provided. So if you're more familiar with C sharp and you like the existing breadth of libraries in the world of C sharp and .NET,
Hmm.
uh, really look into the Godot Mono project and using C sharp. For this particular game jam, I just used GD script because that scripting language, um, it also has types. It's
Hmm.
optional, but you can use types, um, and it's getting better over time. And it's a lot easier to use. But yeah, there is C sharp support, and not many people use it in Godot, but it's worth the investment.
Is it officially supported or is it like sort of community supported?
It's officially supported, yeah. Um, the documentation is constantly outdated though, so you have to really reach out to the community about the C sharp setup and
I
setting
see.
it up with your IDE like Visual Studio Code. Or,
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that's a great thing to be aware of because I know that like I have got a lot of familiarity from working in Unity with C Sharp, so it definitely makes it easy to know that I can work together with Godot developers if they happen to be using C Sharp.
right?
Um, all right. Well, uh, do you have any plans for this game going forward?
Um, there are minor things I like to fix, like when you knock over a cowboy.
Hmm.
So you can knock over a cowboy by cantering or galloping at them.
Hmm.
They turn red, they fall over. I wish I changed it so that you can jump over them if they've already fallen. Um, I wish I could had time to add a jumping mechanic where you can jump over obstacles in your way.
Hmm.
Uh, and if I could expand out the levels with checkpoints. At first, I was thinking maybe this is a roguelike, um, and every time you die, you start over, and maybe you could tweak a stat to continue improving. Um, But at this point, I don't have a concrete plan to move the game forward.
Hmm.
Um, I kind of want to let it sit, see the reviews, see how people like it and what people like about it, and
Hmm.
that will help me decide whether it's worth picking up again.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. I think it's always good to like treat a jam as a opportunity for that kind of feedback and then seeing whether or not yeah, as you said, the what is the public perception of the project. So, but for your part, are you happy with what you were able to get finished within the time limit?
Yeah, I feel like I had a beginning, middle, and end. That's all I really wanted.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm going to make sure to reshare the project here, but where else can people find you? And do you have any other projects that you'd like to plug?
BinRoot on Twitter would be the best place. My other projects would just be the other games on Ludendare, but
Okay.
BinRoot.
Do you have if yeah, go ahead and drop a link to your Twitter in the chat, and yeah, otherwise people can check out your games here. I've got the Ludum Dare page for your past jam projects.
Will do.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the call. And if you have any other future projects you'd like to send my way, I'd be more than happy to take a look at them and do another interview akin to this one.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye bye. Have a good night.